Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Let me just fix the audio very quickly. Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me. Those in the chat, let me know if the audio is okay. Hopefully I'm clear enough, but thank you guys for coming down early. Today we are again 3 hours before the deadline as usual. For now, this is how the team is looking like. Changes or the transfers that I said I would make on the team selection video, I've already made before the price rise for Gordon and Haaland. So I brought both of them in. I sold Darwin Núñez for Erling Haaland, and I also brought in Gordon and sold Adingra. So both of them rose in price, so I managed to catch those price rises. And of course, as of now, the double game week for Liverpool has not been announced. So the Liverpool versus Luton game has not been announced that it will be rescheduled to game week 25. So because of that, according to Ben Crellin's latest tweet, it is that he does not think that it will move to double game week 25 anymore. So basically, what I feel, right, is that a lot of us who were saving up to go for maybe players like Mo Salah, wanting to double or even triple up on players, Liverpool players like Jota, maybe even Darwin Núñez, we can kind of change our plans slightly, because obviously if they don't double in 25 and then they blank in 26 and potentially in 29 as well, then it's not going to be that great to hold so many Liverpool players moving forward. So currently what I'm thinking about is maybe I don't go for that many Liverpool players moving forward. So I've removed Darwin Núñez already. Moving forward, we'll see what happens in terms of Liverpool players. But let's get to some of your questions. For now, the team is looking like this. Captaincy is on Erling Haaland, but we'll get to captaincy in a bit. I'll discuss a little bit about what I think about captaincy. It may not remain on Haaland. I may actually choose to put it on someone else like Anthony Gordon or even Cole Palmer, but let's see what happens there. I'll say hi to some of you guys in the chat. Thank you for coming early. MFUT football skills says, should I take a hit to get Haaland in? Well, I think it would be worth it, but of course it also depends who you're taking a hit to remove. I don't think I would take a hit to remove Ollie Watkins or Solanke and bring Haaland in, right? So that is probably dependent on who you're going to remove for Haaland. Bench one out of Jota, Saka, Foden, Palmer, Solanke, Alvarez, and Ollie Watkins. That one is tough, but I think I would actually bench Saka, if I'm honest. Saka against Liverpool. Jota, I would start. Foden, Palmer, Solanke, Alvarez, and Watkins. I'd actually start all of them. The only one I'd be comfortable benching is actually Saka. Jack says, hi, hope you're doing well. Would you start Purvis and Konza over Trent? Would I start Purvis Estupinian and Konza over Trent? I would start Purvis Estupinian over Trent, but I would not start Konza over Trent. Adit says, what's up, Leon? What's up, Matthew? Nice to see you. Thank you for coming nice and early, everyone in the chat already. Osman says, so early today. Yes, we are very early today. I mean, I usually stream 3 hours before the deadline. The time now is... yeah, we are 2 hours and 45 minutes before the deadline. So I guess it's my usual timing. Bowen to De Bruyne. Yes, I don't mind selling Bowen. And Bowen to De Bruyne, I don't mind at all. Arthur says, hi mate, just got another haircut, it seems. Yes, I just got another haircut. I think a couple days ago, 2 to 3 days ago. My hair just grows really quickly, so I have to kind of, if it gets too long, it gets quite warm here in Singapore, so I do have to cut it to at least keep it cool. I have Bowen. Do you think Bowen to Richarlison is good? I would sell Bowen this week. In terms of replacements, my favorite ones would be Anthony Gordon. I think Richarlison, because he blanks in Game Week 26, I don't think I'll be moving for him, to be honest. I think there are other better midfielders to go for. Shankly says, good day, mate. Good day to you as well. Sean says, start Saka or Foden. I'll start Foden over Saka. Osman, I would bench Saka. Kenny says, good luck to all this game week. Good luck to you as well. Would you start Bowen or Saka? I would start Saka over Bowen. Hopefully my voice is not too nasal. I'm still having a little bit of a flu. Not sure if you guys can hear. So if I have to excuse myself to have a sneeze or something, I hope you guys don't mind that. Hi, I have 2 free transfers. Getting Haaland for Alvarez, but I need to fund the move by downgrading my defense. I have Gabriel, Saliba, Trent, Pedro, and Taylor in defense. If you're downgrading one of these players, I probably downgrade Saliba. He's the first one on the chopping block, if I'm honest. After that, it's either one of Gabriel or Pedro Porro. It depends as well whether you want to hold Trent throughout. It also depends how many defenders or how many Liverpool players you want moving forward as well. So do have to keep that in mind. But in terms of those 5 defenders, I'm probably going to sell Saliba first. Bowen to De Bruyne for a hit. For a hit, I don't think so. For free, I think I would make that move. Captain, Watkins, Solanke, Palmer, or Alvarez. My favorite ones. Right, so currently I have it on Haaland, but I think there are a lot of decent captaincy options this week. It's going to be, I feel, quite split in terms of the other captainers. There's probably Gordon, Palmer, Solanke, Watkins, all decent options, Foden as well. So we'll do a poll later. I have it on Haaland now. I'm thinking of shifting it to either of Palmer or Gordon, but let's see how that goes. Joel is in the chat, FPL Consult member. Thank you very much for coming down. Good day to you, of course. Peter says, hi bro, Leon, would you bring in Palmer if you don't own him? Have 1 transfer but thinking that he's on 8 yellows. I don't think now is the time to bring Palmer in. I think if I'm bringing in a midfielder this week, it'd be Gordon. The thing with Palmer, he blanks in 26 and then he has Man City in 25. I don't think now is the time to transfer him in. We will, I think in terms of replacements or other midfielders to go for, aside from Gordon, not plenty, but I think if you don't have Foden, I'll probably move for Foden. If you don't have, I want to say Pascal Gross, but he hasn't been good at all, right? And then maybe Richarlison, but he blanks in 26 as well. So there's not a lot of good options. Maybe Elise, I don't mind a Crystal Palace midfielder, but of course Eze is now injured, so not a lot of good options, but there are still some decent options. Thank you very much, AM, for the super chat. Would you start Bowen or Gehi? I would generally favor the attacker, so I would generally start Bowen ahead of Gehi. And Crystal Palace this week, they have Brighton. I think Brighton at home, they definitely score against Crystal Palace, so I would start Bowen. Take my chances that West Ham do well against Manchester United. Manchester United, of course, as a defense, has been conceding so many goals. So really, I think I would be starting Bowen ahead of Gehi. What do you think of Trippier captain? I don't mind it at all. I think he's one of the decent captaincy shouts as well. Would you do Bowen to Kevin De Bruyne or Gordon? Yes, Kevin De Bruyne is also another option. Kind of faded my mind that option. Wait, excuse me for a moment. Right, just had to blow my nose. I am still not feeling 100%, but hopefully we can power through this stream. Will you do Bowen to Kevin De Bruyne or Gordon? Right, so I prefer Gordon. If I was buying a midfielder this week, it'd be Gordon, but I know a lot of you guys already have him. So if you have him, then maybe Kevin De Bruyne is the other option I would go for. But of course, if you have Foden and Walker already, then I wouldn't go for Kevin De Bruyne because he blocks your third Man City spot, and that has to be saved for Erling Haaland. In the main, I've got Gordon, Richarlison, Palmer, Saka, Foden in the midfield. Got Haaland, Watkins, Solanke up front. Need to sub a mid. Any ideas? Gordon, Richarlison, Palmer, Saka, and Foden. I probably would bench Saka out of all these players. 8 really good attackers. I imagine that quite a number of people would be in this position, actually. Bench Bowen or Saka. Whew. This one is more tricky. Probably bench Bowen for Saka. I would start Saka. But other options such as Foden, Gordon, etc. I'll all start ahead of Saka. Chinty says bench Bowen, Foden, or Alvarez. Bowen. What do you think of Trippier captain? I don't mind it. Kenny says get well soon. Thank you very much. I have been having this flu for quite a while, so it's kind of knocked me out quite a bit. Joel says Captain Gordon over Haaland. His returns at home are second to Salah. Yeah, so that's also another reason why I think I may shift it to either one of Palmer or Gordon. I haven't confirmed it yet, but I do like Gordon as an outside shout. And to be frank, I'm not super confident of Haaland as a captain. Right, so I'm probably going to shift it to either one of Gordon or Palmer. We'll see what happens. Just the idea that Gordon might be playing in the number 9 role because Isak is quite doubtful, and also Wilson is going to be out for a while. So if Gordon plays as a striker, I think we're going to see quite a haul from him. So that kind of tempts me a little bit as well. Which player do you wish you have? For this game week, I think I have pretty much most of the players that I would want. Last week, I know there was a player that I really wanted that I couldn't have, which was Eberici Eze, and of course he went on to Hall, but now he has an injury. So this week, I think the player that I really want is Gordon. So I've brought him in for a Dingra. In terms of other players that I don't have that I hope I owned, maybe Kieran Trippier actually. Maybe Kieran Trippier. Thinking of doing Haaland to Alvarez to Haaland next week. So this is also something else that can be considered. If you're not confident of Haaland doing very well, you can choose to delay the move. You can choose to bring Alvarez in next week, and that would of course give you more information, because by then you would know whether double game week 25 for Liverpool is confirmed or not. As of now, it's likely it's going to be off, but of course there's a small chance. But by the time game week 24 comes around, you'll know for sure whether Liverpool double, and then maybe if they don't, you can remove, let's say, Jota if you already had him, let's say. Ayman says, listen to your advice last week to start Olise ahead of Palmer, and it went so well. Thanks, man. Oh. Well, the Olise, I mean, to be frank, I didn't know that Olise was going to be back in the squad, but for him to start and then for him to haul with 2 assists and a goal, definitely didn't expect that. But I'm glad it went really, really well for you. In terms of fixtures as well, I think I would have started Olise ahead of Palmer, so that worked really well. I'm glad it worked out for you. Paul says, I dropped Foden for Gordon this week to get money for Haaland next week. Big risk. Well, the thing with it is that we know for certain that Foden is going to double. So given that you've sold him so that you can afford Haaland, I think that's one less doubler. Maybe you can try to find other ways to get another doubler in. Maybe Kyle Walker if he becomes an option. You will want more Man City players, I guess, come game week 25. What do you think of Trippier captain? Yes, I said I don't mind it at all. If I had Trippier though, would I captain him ahead of someone like Gordon? I think I'll still captain the attacker, so I'll probably still captain Gordon ahead of Trippier. Gordon has 8 yellows. Should we bring him in? May get a 2-match suspension soon. So I've read this. I think with my thoughts on this situation, my thoughts on the Gordon yellows situation. For now, he's on 8 yellows. I think it's not going to put... I've already brought him in. It's not going to put me off too much. And fixtures-wise, the good ones are the next three. The next Game Week 23, Game Week 24, and 25. If he misses out against, let's say, Arsenal, and then maybe he misses out in 27 as well, he comes back for Chelsea, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Everton, and Fulham all the way. He feels like someone that I can keep on a wild card as well. So if that really does happen, I guess I'll deal with the situation. But for now, the fixtures are just really hard for me to ignore. Luton, Nottingham Forest, and Bournemouth. So that's why I've kind of gone with taking a bit of a risk here for sure. But if you're not comfortable with it, you can choose not to bring Gordon in. Is the new Fulham striker going to play? So I'm not certain, right? We know that Jimenez is still injured, so they need to start another striker. But who they start, I'm just we don't really know at this point yet. Which one do I captain? Watkins, Solanke, Palmer, Alvarez. So we'll do a captaincy poll right now. Can you guys help me out and spam in the chat who you guys want to see in the captaincy poll, or who you guys are captaining, and then we'll see, kind of take a look at what people are thinking, maybe where the trend is going. So drop a comment in the chat. Let me know who you guys want to see in the captaincy poll. Dominic says, morning Leon, morning to you as well. Have a real benching dilemma. If you had to bench one, would it be Foden, Palmer, Gordon, Saka, or Solanke? It would be Saka if I have to bench one. If I have to bench one, it would be Saka. Hopefully my nose doesn't act up too much and I can push through this stream. We will do the lucky draw giveaway on stream as well. So towards the end of the stream, for those of you who aren't subscribed yet, make sure that you're subscribed, and I will put everyone's name into a random name selector, and basically everyone would have a shot at winning the fantasy at the moment. So in my position, would you still go Bowen to Gordon? Your one City player, if the player is Alvarez and you don't have Foden yet, basically if you don't have Foden, I would go Bowen to Foden. That's what I would do, because I think in terms of City attackers that you want to have for double game week 25, I think Foden is definitely one of the players that I would have. And then of course Haaland, and depends on the third option, whether you want Kyle Walker if he becomes an option, right? If he gets consistent starts, I do hope that he does get, does come back into the starting 11. Hopefully the personal issues that have kept him out, right, would be settled, and then he can come back into the starting 11, because if he plays both games in the double game week 25 fixture, it's Chelsea and then Brentford. I think both games are definitely games I can see Walker getting some points. All right, so in terms of the captaincy poll, before I get back to the questions, a lot of you guys are saying Trippier, Haaland, Solanke. All right, let's do a poll. All right, so a game week 23 captaincy poll. So we'll do Haaland first, because I imagine he's going to be popular. And then we're going to let's do Solanke. I think a couple of you guys are looking for Solanke captaincy. I'll put Gordon and Palmer together. And then we'll have Ollie Watkins as another option. So let's see what people are doing in terms of captaincy. Cast your votes. I've just launched the poll. Let's see what you guys are doing in terms of captaincy. Okay, let's get back to the questions. Should I take a -4 to get Haaland to João Pedro and also sell cash for Brantwaite? Yes, I would do that -4. On a wild card, what would your Man City triple up be? My favorite is Ake, Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland. Thoughts? Also keep up the good work. Thank you very much, FPL Noke. So Haaland, definitely one of them. I don't think I would have a defender actually. If I was tripling up, I think it would be Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, and Haaland. That would be my triple up. 3 attackers basically. WB says, I also have Pascal Gross and the same forwards as you. Are you not tempted to bench Saka because Palace conceded a lot? I am tempted to bench Saka for Pascal Gross, but I think on the balance of things, because João Pedro is now out, I think maybe Brighton don't score as many goals, and then maybe Pascal Gross doesn't score as many points this game week. So that's kind of what's playing on my mind right now, the João Pedro injury. The João Pedro injury is what's putting me off starting Pascal Gross ahead of Saka. I bought Gordon, but when he played as a number 9, he blanked. Actually better as a winger. Fair enough. But just basically the positions that he's taking up, I have to kind of back him a little bit more than other midfielders that I'm buying right now. I'll take my chances. I think there's a good chance I go for either Gordon or Palmer for captaincy. I'm going to switch it up for now and see how I feel about a different captain. I'm going to put it on Palmer for now. And we will see how I feel about this. Vice Captain Haaland. We will see how I feel about this. Palmer against Wolves. So my defense worked wonders. After my dilemma last week, I asked about my midfield with Trent, Porro, Walker, and Estupiñán. 2 points between them all. Defenders didn't do really well last game week, so a lot of us defensively didn't get a lot of points. Who would you bench? I have Foden, Andreas, Gordon, Saka, and Palmer. I would bench Andreas. But hopefully Trippier back on form will mean he'll be better at feeding Gordon the ball. Hopefully. Shankly says, you're putting Pascal Gross on the bench. I'll play him instead of Saka, having the same benching headache as yours. Yeah, so for now, I just have Saka ahead of Gordon. I can't Saka ahead of Pascal Gross. I can't see myself not starting Saka when he's on penalties. So, well, to be fair, Pascal Gross is on penalties as well, right? Because if João Pedro doesn't start, then Pascal Gross would be on penalties. Eze or Elise, when playing bench boost, are we focusing on the bench or do we need to take our first 11 into consideration? So when you're playing your bench boost in any particular game week, I think you set your team up based off of your starting 11 and then you see whether that's a week where your, I guess, the four players that aren't players you would generally want to start, right, or aren't as good options to start that game week. You consider whether they have good fixtures and you think that they would haul, and that kind of decides for me whether I should bench boost or not. So for this particular game week, Areola, like, I set my starting 11 like this, and my bench just does not look as good. But there are plenty of game weeks that will come by, I think, moving forward as well, where some game weeks you will see your bench fixtures looking really good, and then that's when you can actually consider a single game week bench boost. I think it works as well. It just depends what kind of manager you are. The captaincy poll is still on 43% Haaland, so a lot of you guys are backing Haaland to bang once he starts again. Surprisingly, Ollie Watkins is the one that's the next highest. Surprisingly. Start Richarlison or Foden. Wow. I would honestly start both. Are there any other players you can bench? Romanian says, hi Leon, a -4 for Pascal Gross to Gordon, yes or no? -4 for Pascal Gross to Gordon. I don't think I would do that this game week for -4. Don't think so. Gabriel, Estupinan, Trippier, Pedro Porro, play 3 and bench 1. I would bench Gabriel then. I bench Gabriel. So you would have Kevin De Bruyne ahead of Foden and you would have Foden ahead of Kevin De Bruyne and Gordon. It depends, right? It depends on your team. If you don't have Foden yet, I think I would bring Foden in. Because basically he does have really good fixtures come game week 25. I think there's a consideration that you can bring Foden in later on and you bring Gordon in for now. If that's what you prefer, I don't mind it at all. But I just think like I would favor the longer term move, which is Foden. So Foden ahead of Kevin De Bruyne and Gordon is probably what I would do. Without Isak and Wilson, who will take the spot kick for Newcastle United? So this one's interesting. I hope Gordon, because I've brought Gordon in. But I think Trippier. I think so. No clear-cut taker now that Isak and Wilson are out. I think there's a chance maybe Bruno Guimaraes. Really, really depends. You know that Pedro is out now. João Pedro is out. João Pedro is out. João Pedro is flagged, basically. Sarah says, shall I start Foden or Pedro Neto? Thanks in advance. Wolves have Chelsea, so I'll probably start Foden. I mean, the better attack is Foden, but I know the better attack is Man City, but I know that Neto just came off a haul. Could be playing on your minds, but I think it's going to be a very different game, right? Playing Chelsea away. So I would actually start Foden ahead of Neto. Who did you bring in this game week? I brought in Gordon and I also brought in Haaland. I've sold Darwin Núñez and I've also sold Adingra. Thinking of bringing in De Bruyne and Haaland for Pascal Gross and Jesus. I also already have Foden. What do you think of the transfers and 3 Man City attack? I don't mind triple Man City attack at all. If I was on a wild card, I would probably have a triple Man City attack. For Jesus and Pascal Gross, that one I don't mind as well because these look like long-term moves. You would have a good set of three Man City players to take into Game Week 25, and then of course they play in Game Week 26 as well, which is when Liverpool, Spurs, and Chelsea also blank. Muhammad says, you didn't have a league for your YouTube channel. I do have a league. The league code is actually up there. It's actually 0VH64T. 17 likes. Let's get the stream to 500 likes. Not sure how many likes we have now. 18 likes. 18 likes. There's 100 of you guys watching. 101 of you guys watching. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please help me out and drop a like. Then we can get the stream to more people. It really, really helps out the channel as well. Kevin De Bruyne for captain. That would be a massive differential. João Pedro or Luis Diaz. Pedro is flagged yellow. Yeah, João Pedro is flagged, so I wouldn't move for João Pedro. Eze or Elise. Eze is flagged, so I guess that also brings down the appeal of Elise. Will Turner start for Nottingham Forest? Thinking of bench boost. I wouldn't bench boost with Turner as my keeper playing Bournemouth as in a single game week fixture. I don't think I would be doing that. Bench Gordon, Palmer, Saka, or Solanke. I would bench Saka. Why bench Walker? I'm not super confident basically that he'll start against Brentford away. I will need more starts from Walker moving forward because now there's a situation with his personal life that basically caused him to miss out the Burnley game. So I need to see some consistent starts from him. Hopefully before double game week 25 as well. That's when I'll want to start him. Kavit says, hey Consult, my plan is to do Archer to Haaland and Bowen to Gordon. I have some serious benching trouble. Midfield is Saka, Bowen, Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Palmer. Forwards are Archer, Solanke, and Watkins. Yeah, I don't mind that move at all, Kavit. I think that move looks good. And then I would probably bench Saka, considering you have eight playing good attackers. I'll probably bench Saka. Is Nicholas Jackson and Nkunku playing? Both of them are back, and both of them could start. Would you take a -4 to go from Eze to Gordon? Well, -4 to go from Eze to Gordon. Well, the hamstring injury that Eze has just seems as if it's going to keep him out for quite long. -4. I don't think it's a super straightforward -4 that I would take. But if you don't have enough attackers, I think I would lean towards taking the hit. My bad. I've just went to blow my nose again. I think I will go with Gordon for now and bring in Foden for Pascal Gross or Palmer in the next couple of game weeks. Yeah, fair enough. I think that could work as well. Is capping Trippier a good pick? I don't mind Kieran Trippier as a captain this week at all. Paul says, like the chat. Thank you very much, Paul. If you haven't liked the stream, please do drop a like so that we can get the stream to more people. Who will be more than 100% effective ownership this week? Wow, that one is tricky. I don't think it'll be as straightforward. potentially Haaland. I still think he's going to be very highly captained this week. So probably Haaland. He's probably the only one. Alvarez or Bowen? Bench Alvarez or Bowen? I would bench Bowen. Bench Alvarez or Foden, your thoughts? Not super comfortable benching either of them, if I'm honest. Not super comfortable benching either of them. Are you not hesitant on Gordon? So I do understand that Gordon has 8 yellow cards, but I think I'm comfortable enough at least to just take the gamble on him, let him have a few games, and if moving forward he does get a couple of yellow cards and that will rule him out, I'll deal with him later on. I just can't see past the next 3 fixtures for him. It's really good. It's Luton at home. And then Bournemouth at home in Gameweek 25 as well. Right, Nottingham Forest away isn't too difficult for Newcastle, so I think I'm fine to move for Gordon. Kind of take the risk. Hopefully he won't pick up that many yellow cards, because I'm not gonna let the yellow card situation put me off too long. It could be that maybe moving forward he does not get booked for quite a while, and then I would have missed these fixtures that I could have gotten from him. Gusto, Walker, Haaland to Alvarez. I don't mind that. The only situation with Walker is that we don't really know if he's going to start consistently and when he's going to come back into the team because of his personal life issues. So I don't think I'll be moving for Walker this week, basically. Delay the move slightly and see whether he gets consistent starts. Why did you sell Nunes? Well, Nunes is yellow flagged right now. He left the Liverpool game, the Chelsea game that Liverpool won 4-1, right? He left that game in a protective boot. So that's why I have sold Darwin Nunes. Thoughts on Richarlison? I don't mind him. The only thing with him is that he blanks in 26, so I don't think I would want to be moving for someone that eventually I'll have to remove. In 26, so I don't think I'll be moving for Richarlison this week. João Pedro or Watkins? Now, João Pedro is currently yellow flagged, so definitely Watkins. If you have to choose, bench Garnacho or Saka. I would bench Garnacho. Gordon or Saka? I would go for Gordon. Solanke or Saka? I would go for Solanke. Should I take a -4 hit to bring Haaland and Trippier? Well, it depends who you're selling them for, but at least off of face value, I don't mind it. Will Eze start? I don't think he will. Roy Hodgson wasn't super convincing. He wasn't super confident that he will. At least that's my guess. Roy says, greetings from Uganda, Africa. Nice to see you, Roy. Thank you for tuning in. Bowen and Alvarez to Jota and Haaland for a -4. What do you say? I feel like because double Gameweek 25 is no longer likely for Liverpool anymore, and then you add in that they blank in 26, I think I kind of wouldn't want to move for Jota anymore. Gordon captain with Isak and Wilson flagged, so that's also something that's playing on my mind. I have it on Palmer for now because of penalties, so let's see what happens there. Bench Saka or Pascal Gross. So this one is really, really tricky. For now, I have Pascal Gross benched. I'm not super comfortable with that, but I have Pascal Gross benched for now. Racer Boy OW is in the chat. Nice to see you, Brian, an FPL Consult member. Basil says, bring in Kevin De Bruyne for Salah and Haaland and Jota next week for Foden and Watkins. Would you make the swap for Foden to Kevin De Bruyne? Don't think I would do that. I don't think I would move for Kevin De Bruyne if I already have Foden. Salah and Haaland, Jota next week. Well, I guess you don't have Walker, so maybe you can triple up. Oh well, I guess that makes sense. I guess if you are tripling up, preparing to triple up, for Man City in terms of Haaland, Foden, and Kevin De Bruyne, I guess that makes sense. Is it okay to buy Olise instead of Saka this game week? Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I don't think I'll be buying Saka this week. Okay, my apologies. Estupinian, Walker, Virgil van Dijk, and Gabriel, bench 1. Thing is, I'm not so sure that Walker starts, but I guess if you have Virgil van Dijk and Gabriel as your other options playing each other, I think I'll start Estupinian, I'll start Walker, and then I'll start Gabriel and bench Virgil van Dijk. Probably would do that. Saka or Richarlison? I don't think I will move for Saka this game week, but if it's between the both of them, if you're starting one, I would start Richarlison. If you are going for one, probably also go for Richarlison. Just that I'm not super confident that he's a good transfer in this week because he blanks in 26. If you have a plan for him to deal with him or to save your free hit for game week 26, and then you need to remove him then if you have enough transfers, fair enough. If you have a plan for blank game week 26, which is the free hit then, that also works. So I guess it really depends on your strategy moving forward. Amal says my attack is Jota, Richarlison, Palmer, Kevin De Bruyne, Solanke, Alvarez, Watkins, Foden. Who to bench? Benching dilemma on play. That is a very, very strong attack. You have De Bruyne and Foden. Up front, you have Alvarez, Solanke, and Watkins. Then you have Palmer, Richarlison, and wow, that's a really strong team. A really, really strong team. It's actually insane. Richarlison, Palmer, De Bruyne, Solanke, Alvarez, Watkins, and Foden. It seems crazy, but at least fixture-wise, I guess Jota doesn't have the best fixture. But again, I feel like Jota is going to do something. May have to flip a coin on that one. Alvarez to Haaland, Bowen to Gordon for a -4. Yes, I would do that. Bowen or Gordon, I'll go for Gordon. My apologies. Bench Haaland, Foden, Saka, Palmer, Richarlison, Watkins, Gordon, and Solanke. I'll bench Saka. Strikers are Haaland, Solanke, and Watkins. What are your thoughts? I think that's perfectly fine. That's the strike force that I have as well. False FG says, have you made your transfers already? Yes, I've made my transfers. What I've done is I've brought Gordon and Haaland in for Darwin Núñez and Adingra. That's what I've done. Captaincy wise, I haven't confirmed it yet. I don't think I'll be captaining Haaland. I think it'll either be Gordon or Palmer by the looks of it. The captaincy poll still has Haaland at 47%. 47% on Haaland captaincy. Alif says, transfer out Alvarez for Haaland this week. Planning to swap Bowen to Kevin De Bruyne for Game Week 24. Solanke to Ivan Toney for Game Week 25. Yeah, I guess that works. I guess that is a decent plan. Captain Haaland, Solanke, Watkins, Foden. Who's have as the first sub, Garnacho or Trent? Maybe Trent. Trent. Not super comfortable benching him though. Captain Haaland, Solanke, Watkins, Foden. Let's see what the poll says. The poll really says 47% on Haaland still, and it's split between the rest. Very interesting. Who to bench, Emerson or Trent? I would probably bench Emerson. I'll start Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think Trent starts against Arsenal. My midfielders are Gordon, Palmer, Elise, Richarlison. What are your thoughts? I think that's a perfectly fine midfield. Pascal Gross or Douglas Luiz? I would start Douglas Luiz. My defense is Estupinian, Gabriel, and Pedro. What are your thoughts? I don't mind that. It's just that Gabriel is playing Liverpool, so it's not ideal. It's definitely not ideal. Right, so I've just got a notification. That double game week 25 is confirmed. Let me just check that. Let me just confirm that. Have you guys received the news? Am I missing something? Double game week 25 for Liverpool confirmed. If that is the case, let's see. Alright, so I think let me just put this on screen because it is very important information. So, a new time and date has been confirmed for a rearranged home fixture against Luton Town. Let me just click in. Right, so Wednesday, February the 21st. So basically this is double game week 25 confirmed for Liverpool. Double game week 25 is confirmed. So I guess that changes a lot of what we were discussing just now. Massive, massive news this. Massive news. Maybe it makes me look a bit stupid for selling Darwin Núñez. But does this change a lot of your moves for this game week? Maybe people aren't selling your Liverpool players anymore? What do you guys think about this? Akash says, who is the best bench fodder defender for the next 4 to 5 game weeks? I'd say Alfie Doughty. Chelsea's better at their left flank. Neto will benefit like Jota did. Possible. Elise and Haaland for a -4. I don't mind that for a -4. Bench Foden, Saka, or Richarlison, or bench Saka. What are your thoughts about Jota? He's got many goals this 2 game weeks. So I really like Jota. And now that there's a double game week, I may bring him in myself. But after the Arsenal game is the earliest. Is João Pedro injured? Yes, João Pedro is injured. Can you do a comparison of Foden and Gordon stats in Fantasy Football Hub? So I haven't had it open yet, so I can't do it right now. I'll try and do it at the end of the stream if we have some time. Who should I bench, Gabriel or Elise? I would bench Gabriel. False FG says I have Saka, Foden, Palmer, Garnacho, and Hwang Hee-chan in my midfield. Where do you go for Saka or Kevin De Bruyne to Kevin De Bruyne or Hwang or Gordon or any of the mids for us? me a moment. Let me just switch back to my team for a while. I'm receiving some notifications here and there. News is coming out right now, that's why. Alright, so I have Saka, Foden, Palmer, Garnacho, and Huang in my midfield. Would you go for Saka to Kevin De Bruyne, or Huang to Gordon, or any other midfielders for the second free transfer? I don't think I would sell Huang because I think he'll be back soon. If you've kept him all this while, I don't think I would sell Huang then. I'll probably keep him. And then maybe Saka to Kevin De Bruyne, maybe Saka to Gordon for your second free transfer. I wouldn't mind selling Saka if it's for your second free transfer this week though. Bench 1, Pascal Gross, Bowen, Saka, Gordon, Haaland, Palmer, and Alvarez. So it's between Pascal Gross and Saka. For now, I have Saka starting and I have Pascal Gross benched. Vikram says, can we see your team? Yep, the team is on the screen. Liverpool tweeted, yeah, double game week for Liverpool basically in game week 25. Quick question, would you start Ederson versus Brentford or Turner versus Bournemouth? I have Tony who plays against Ederson as well. I think I'll still start the Man City defender. I think Turner concedes against Solanke. Bench Gabriel or Trent? I'll bench Gabriel. What's the point of Doughty when Botman is the same price? Simply because of double game week for Luton then. They will have a double game week in 25, and then moving forward there will be a later double game week for them when the Bournemouth-Luton game is also rescheduled. Bench 1, Foden, Palmer, Gordon, Saka, Richarlison. I'll bench Saka. Bench Foden or Tony. Tricky. Can't be benching the penalty taker though. That one is tricky. I will probably start Tony ahead of Foden. It's close. It's not that I think Tony does really well, but I think he's on penalties. I have to favor him a little bit more. Alright. We've streamed for about an hour. So because I'm still not feeling too well, I may end the stream just here. But before we end the stream, as I've promised, we are going to do the Fantasy Football Hub giveaway. So make sure you are subscribed if you aren't subscribed already. I'm gonna submit everyone's name into the random name picker. So make sure you're subscribed. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna put everyone's name into the random name picker, and we're gonna see who wins the Fantasy Football Hub membership, right? So I've run this giveaway for quite a while already, so thank you guys for bearing with me and for everyone who has subscribed and contributed to this lucky draw. So we're gonna see now who wins. It says Zlatan Ibrahimovic. There's actually a someone subscribed to me called Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Is it the real Zlatan though? Alright, so I've put all of your names into the random name generator. So let's see who wins this. We're just gonna spin it once and we'll see who wins the Fantasy Football Hub giveaway. 3 seconds. Alright. So the winner is Boyan Zupak. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. So Boyan, reach out to me on Twitter, on Instagram, and I will give you your free Fantasy Football Hub membership. If you're in the chat, let us know who you are, and congratulations as well. All right, so back to the team. for now, this is how it's looking like. I think the only thing that I haven't confirmed yet is who I'm going to captain. So for now, I have it on Palmer. I think it could go either Gordon or Solanke. I don't think I would go Ollie Watkins. So it's between, and then of course Haaland then. So it's between Palmer, Gordon, Solanke, and Haaland for me. I have it on Palmer for now, but I will post my final team as usual on Instagram and on Twitter. So make sure you're following me there. But if not, I wish you guys all the best for Game Week 23. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the questions and all the interactions. Hopefully, I managed to get to all of them. And the content will start to pick up for Game Week 24 and moving forward. So hopefully, you guys are excited for that one. But thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye bye.